Good day, this 127th day, Meaningful Moments, 365 days. So the meaningful moment came for me as I spent time this morning with my son and his friend. These two are almost 17, and it made me think of outside the classroom walls. You know, for so many children, students today of all ages, even young adults, even adults, we're learning in this form of, online and a virtual setting, and trying to recreate opportunities for our learning. And whether it's inside the classroom walls or outside the classroom walls, as an educator and having been an educator for many years, the question is always how to engage, how to facilitate the opportunities for learning, not just, giving information and then that being translated into some kind of memorization and then regurgitation of the same information. And what does it really mean to learn? What does it really mean to think thought? Not to be subject to thoughts and ideas and concepts, but how do we integrate them into an experience, a meaningful experience that actually translates into knowledge. And from knowledge, how do we then take that and it become wisdom? So this morning was not just one meaningful moment, but a string of meaningful moments as we shared all kinds of conversations of outside the classroom, outside the walls of a classroom. We have this world all around us. And of course, it doesn't stop for any of you with kids in school. They're maybe more focused on what they're learning in this moment and the subject matter, whether it's elementary or middle school or high school or even university level. But really, what does this all mean? Like beyond the classroom walls, what does it mean? How does it relate to us, our journey, our experience? What are the relationships we're forming with this world that we live in? And, I opened up this classroom in a discussion with my son and his friend, and we shared hours. And I believe it's probably a lot of substance about what is right now meaningful to them. Like, at this moment, how can they relate to all of this? Things that actually interest them, and build off of that. And I'm thankful for those educators that are out there that are engaging in this way. I believe it's the heart of a lot of educators, but we have to challenge ourselves as educators to even go deeper, further in. And whether you're formally an educator or you just have people in your lives, your parents, grandparents, you're just sharing a moment with a neighbor, a friend, an aunt, an uncle, cousin, whoever you are, we have opportunities to share this experience of life each and every day. And I couldn't help but think for a moment about a movie that my husband and I saw recently. We dragged it up out of the relics, which was, I'm sure many of you are familiar with it, To Sir with Love, with Sidney Poitier, and how he goes to a London school of, wily kids, no interest in school, rather immature, coming from different kinds of backgrounds that weren't all like conducive to education or learning. And yet he takes them and, it's kind of like one of those My Fair Lady things, transforms them into more conscious individuals with more thoughts of how to engage with life and what our responsibility is as far as just being citizens of the world, of life itself. And still is a powerful movie in many ways. And it just made me think of that, and this whole generation, especially now with the students that are online, and whether they're engaged or disengaged, and what we can do with all the future generations. And thankful for that meaningful substance of learning and conversation that we had this morning beyond the classroom walls. So that's my offering for today. And maybe even if you don't have kids, you can think about that in terms of your own life and what you're learning today. Blessings upon your day.